All right, so we got 59 orders going out over the weekend, totaling a little over $1,700 in sales. Stick around to the end of the video to find out what sold. These men's Quicksilver corduroy pants sold for $25 plus shipping. These Liz Claiborne chino pants sold for a whopping $12.55 plus shipping. Be on the lookout for Liz Claiborne. Not. This vintage women's WTC long denim skirt sold for $8 plus shipping. How have sales been going for you guys? How was your weekend? Are you making progress towards your goals that you're wanting to hit as a reseller? For me, it's been a lot more processing lately, a lot more sorting, and going through a lot more inventory so I'm able to acquire my 1,500 items that I'm trying to hit every month to be able to list on eBay. So if you see behind me here, all this is just a day's worth of rejects. We have 6 55-gallon trash bags full with clothes that are usually, not really hitting the metrics as far as what's on my brand list. Just items that I'm, slower sell-through rates, really bad brands, things that I'm not going to be wanting to put into my eBay store. My eBay store has a set amount of brands that I'm constantly on the lookout for, which is rare to be adding in brands that I haven't sold before. My goal for me and my business is trying to pick up the same brands over and over again that are continuing to sell within my store. So what is your strategy for sourcing? Are you guys still going to the Goodwill bins? Are you going to the thrift stores? Yard sales are starting to open up. What strategy are you trying to implement this year to take advantage of growing your business? It's really just simple brands like these, like Nike, for example. I find it everywhere. This is just a basic women's top, sold for $10 plus shipping. But say what you will about Nike, yeah, it has a slower sell-through rate, but if I'm able to find tons of Nike in my area for less than $1, I'm gonna be adding that brand into my brand list. Another Nike sale, this is just a men's dry fit polo, just listed it a few days ago, took a best offer of $9 plus shipping. An international order came in, this Columbia men's polo shirt sold for $11 plus shipping. Been seeing a lot more international orders coming in since they made the switch from global shipping program to the international orders. I've been seeing at least one sale a day through the international program. How have your sales been through international? Do you have global shipping even turned on? You're going to want to make sure when you're doing your listings to scroll all the way down at the bottom of your listing to make sure that that tab is pushed over from off to on to make sure that you are open internationally and you're ready to rock and roll. It has been helpful for the end buyer as they are seeing a decrease in shipping prices, which was the main problem with global shipping in the first place, is shipping was just far too high for basic items to be shipped overseas. So this is 4862 simple Columbia shirt. Nothing special about it, and this had been listed for quite some time. 4862. There you go. Got it. So selling internationally opens up a whole new realm of possibilities for getting sales on eBay. Highly recommend doing it. You're going to be shipping your items to Illinois to eBay's distribution center, and from there you are held with no liability. Once you just can get it to Illinois, then eBay takes care of the rest. In this simple Calvin Klein men's chino pants sold for $15 plus shipping. And another Nike order. These are some 2 women's activewear tops sold for $25 plus shipping. Selling a lot more activewear now as things are starting to heat up and people are out jogging. A lot of great items still coming out of that bulk purchase I made last year of a fire relief center. I bought all their clothes, about 10,000 pounds worth, and in that were several vintage Oregon Ducks jackets, sweaters, t-shirts. This is from the Freedom Bowl in 1990, Oregon Ducks University, just a vintage jacket. It's a fleece lined jacket, sold for $31 plus shipping. It did have a stain. It is a button snap. Really awesome for just turning a couple cents into $31, and that is the beauty of reselling. If you're able to just scale up your business to where now you're buying more bulk, you're going to really lower your cost of goods and be able to find those high quality items that may be passed up or long gone by the time you get to the thrift store. So really cool, really thankful, and what a blessing. The biggest blessing of it all was coming from that big purchase came a lot of vintage items. I usually don't predominantly source just only vintage items, but going through this big buyout, I had found several single stitch t-shirts. This is just a women's gardening shirt, with a gardening graphic made in the late 90s, sold for $12 plus shipping, and I listed it 2 weeks ago. So just to be able to turn, 10 cents, 20 cents into $12 plus shipping is a beautiful thing. This is just why I'm showing all parts to my bulk purchasing process, is that I used to be able to go out to the thrift store, find what I needed, and come back home. But not anymore. Since I'm listing about 50 items a day, I really just don't have the time to be going out and doing that anymore. So I've been strategically trying to buy bulk so I can go to my storage unit, pick out what I need for the month, bring it back here, and start processing it. And that has been my strategy for the last several months. And now I'm getting into buying more bulk bales, being able to process that, get a good feel of what is in there, and then go from there. So never stop innovating in the ways that you source. Never stop thinking about new ideas that solve old problems, because the moment that you stop is the moment that you kind of stall out in your business and you get too comfortable. And you should never be comfortable about where you're at in your business, because things are always changing, and you just really need to focus on initiating that change that you want to see in your business. For me, I want to continue to grow this store. We have about almost 7,000 items now in our eBay store, so I want to get it to 10 first, get it to 20 second, 30, 40, 50, and continue to grow. This simple Calvin Klein women's t-shirt sold for $8 plus shipping. So getting started on eBay can be a really difficult task with so much information out there to learn about doing titles, checking comps, figuring out how to source inventory. You can check out, linked in the description down below, where I'm offering for a limited time only a 7-day free trial to my eBay coaching program. Included in that is a reseller spreadsheet as well as an eBay store review. So I work with you putting the same systems and processes in place that helped me achieve over $178,000 in sales just last year on eBay. So you can find out what others are doing in our group. We have dozens of other members looking to hit their eBay goals by applying these same systems into their business. So I could work with you 5 hours a week, Monday through Friday via Zoom, putting those same principles in place to help you go further faster along your reseller journey. Check it out, linked in the description down below, and I'd love to see you there. Don't know if you guys can hear it right now, but it is pouring rain. And thankfully the Starlink satellite is still holding up. So I had this Outdoor Life Sherpa line jacket sold for $21 plus shipping. And I've had a few people reach out lately to why their sales are slow. And I just want to bring some words of encouragement that if you are dealing with slow sales, that is okay. Do not get sucked into the day-to-day of what your analytics are looking like. And you really got to focus on big picture, big idea framework, meaning that you need to look at your analytics and your sales by at the very minimum of a month. Checking your sales from month to month, you're going to be able to gauge with a larger data set as far as what you are putting in today and how is that going to be measured over the long run. If you have just been listing for several days and not seeing results, that is okay, because it takes months of time to be able to engage with the eBay algorithm of showing your consistency of your listing habit, listing quality items that are in demand with accurate titles, pricing, description, photos. It takes months for you to be able to see results of the work that you're putting in today. So do not feel discouraged in whatever you're seeing right now. Maybe you're listing 10 a day, 20 a day, 5 a day, and you're just not seeing those sales come in. Just give it time. All good things take time, and if you're in it for the long run and you're wanting to build a 6-figure business, just do what is in your heart. And if you feel like you see that vision of that long-term plan, you really need to just put in the work today and not worry about the day-to-day sales, and just know and believe that you are going to be repaid with the hard work that you're putting in. And it does take time. It has taken me 2.5 years to be able to be generating 30 sales a day on eBay. I list about 50 items a day, and still I've been doing that for about 8 months, and still I'm not getting 50 sales a day. So it just takes time working on your craft, and the more repetitions that you put in, the best part is you are going to be faster, you're going to become more efficient, and you're going to be able to take what you're learning today and hopefully keeping in mind that, hey, I want to hire an employee, I want to hire a lister, a sourcer, or a shipper. You'll be able to master those processes that you're putting in place now and be able to make that trainable for other employees that you're looking to hire in the future. So don't be discouraged and keep up the good work. And this is why I love this inventory system so much, making the packing and pooling process so much faster. So 11832, we sold these Tommy Hilfiger pants sold for $11 plus shipping. So the shelves that I use are these Members Mark 5 shelving rack system. They hold up to 4,000 pounds. You can find it linked in the description down below. Very easy to set up. About $150 shipped to your door, and it's something built to last. I can fit about 500 items per shelf, but these are great because they're easy to set up, very lightweight. So I highly recommend checking these out because they are a decent price. So I guess a perfect example would be like these bin systems right behind me. This is my old inventory system when I just started on eBay over 2.5 years ago. I did my first 1,000 items in this type of system here. But this is why I kind of wanted to look to move on so I wasn't breaking my back, is that you're needing to lift up these bins over and over again just to be able to get to the order that you need. You know, so doing that over and over again, if you're starting to get 20 sales a day, 30 sales a day, can be kind of a grind. You may end up with some back issues, some neck issues, as you are probably not keeping the most perfect posture and form every time you're going up to lift these bins. So keep that in mind as you're kind of looking to the future in your business. You want to be able to have something that is kind of going to help save you some time in the future rather than lifting up all these bins over and over again. For example, these shorts sold for $2 plus shipping, but the reason why they were so cheap is because rather than taking them out of my store, I just do what is called a markdown sale. So these were on a discount of 70%. Happy to get them out of here. And also these items I paid less than $1 for. So even if I could just recoup my money back and take that money and put it back into more items, that is going to be the blessing right there. All right, these Poppy men's underwear sold for $25 plus shipping. In that storage unit that I bought last year was filled with several new in box underwear. Don't underestimate the underwear game. If it is new in box, ready to go, especially vintage, it has a great resale value and it is in demand. So little did I know that these would sell for $25 plus shipping. Had them listed for about 6 months, but happy to get this out of here and those profits reinvested back into more items. This is an okay brand for me. The brand is Rails. This is a men's cardigan that sold for $24 plus shipping. This vintage Munsingwear shirt sold for $12 plus shipping. Ah, the power of picking up the same items over and over again. This is a combined order of some Levi's 511s and some Kenneth Cole jeans, sold for $39 plus shipping. So this is an okay brand for me, GH Bass, kind of an outdoor brand. This is a 2XL men's full zip sweater, sold for $21 plus shipping. That's kind of the brand logo there, if you can see it. So simple bread and butter brand that you can usually find at the mall, GH Bass, nothing special, but hey, happy to get $21 out of this after spending less than $1. Been phasing out of hats recently as I just really don't have the spot to be setting up over and over again to set up taking photos of hats. That's where I would normally do it. And usually I'm just set up for clothing, you know, and I stick with that. And, you know, shoes and hats I've been setting aside to be able to go on a listing journey with listing hats. I have maybe 50 new tag hats in this box, and I'm kind of just waiting to have about probably another 20 to 30 more hats so where I can have one hat listed a day, daily, so I'm active in that category. Because I've often found that if you're listing hats and you stop listing hats, then your sales stop coming in. So if I can stay listing one hat a day for the next 3 months, I'm going to be doing that kind of strategy so I can stay active in that category so I can continue to get sales. So this Kangol hat sold for $21 plus shipping. It is wool. This is a great brand, Kangol. If you could find authentic versions of this brand, it is lined. That's kind of what the tag looks like. And yeah, just happy to get these hats moving out of the store. Not something I'm going to be picking up, you know, in the long-term future, as it does take me a little more time to set things up to get these photographed. These two shirts sold for $14 plus shipping, but these are the orders that I love. Simple orders from repeat buyers. These items I paid maybe 25 to 50 cents for, and look at that, a combined order plus shipping. It's orders like these that I'd rather have hundreds of every day rather than those big one-off sales. So what is your strategy as far as how you want to build your business? Are you looking to try to make six figures on eBay, or are you just trying to do this as a part-time income? eBay can be one of the best vehicles to multiply money. And maybe you have a career already and a full-time job that you've spent years of hard work establishing, but maybe you want to make a little extra money for your kids' college, for saving up to buy property. eBay can be one of the greatest side hustles to open that opportunity up. And it's just such a blessing to be alive right now, to be able to sell stuff from a warehouse in the middle of nowhere, making money. That is a beautiful thing and a beautiful time to be alive. If you are a family-based person, which I am, I want to be able to see my family as often as I can, because I want to be able to make the impact in my kids, show them how they run a business, how to organize a business, how to manage a business, and they get first seat, first row to see how that's done. And that can be one of the great ways to help train kids in business, is to see them how you run your business. And that can be a huge impact on their lives. So 12,279. So no matter where you're at in your reselling journey, it doesn't matter. Just keep on going, keep on pushing. One great thing that I've had in my heart recently is that if you do not quit, you do not lose. So don't quit. Maybe things aren't working out for you right now. Maybe things seem a little crazy. Don't quit. Don't ever give up on your dream. Do not ever give up on your goal. Could you imagine what if some of the people throughout history had given up? What if Michael Jordan gave up? What if Kobe Bryant gave up? What if George Washington gave up? Don't give up, no matter what. People aren't worried about what you're going through. They're wanting to know how you're going through. How are you handling the pressures of life? Do you know the pressure that you're going through right now is creating you to be a diamond? Diamonds are created under pressure. Pressure creates character. So people want to know how you handle the good times. People want to know how you handle the bad times. Anyone can have a good time when things are great. But when the going gets tough, that's when people are watching. How is it when your house burns down? How is it when you lose a family member? People want to know. The test you're facing right now is going to be part of your testimony, and great things are going to come from it. So I just want to say and encourage you, do not be fearful, do not be worried, just take action, and you'll be surprised on what comes along your way. So this is a brand that all resellers should be on the lookout for, and that is the brand Robert Graham. It is usually just spelled out just like that you see on the tag. Yeah, it has a slower sell-through rate, and yeah, the average sale price has dropped dramatically. But the original buyer paid $298 for this. This came from a storage unit buyout, and I had it listed for $199 for about 6 months, and I did take a best offer of $115. Nothing special about it, just a cotton plaid lined jacket. Always picking up this brand Cabela's. This is a heavyweight button-up shirt, sold for $12.95 plus shipping. So I wasn't too familiar with this brand Herno. This is a Herno men's jacket, sold for $200 plus shipping. If you can ever find this brand while you're outsourcing, you're gonna want to check comps, make sure it falls within your price point, and possibly pick it up. I was just as surprised, though it did sell in about 8 months. Herno can be a great brand to have on your brand list for the next time you go outsourcing. This brand I'm always picking up, and that is the brand Quicksilver. These Quicksilver men's pants sold for $31 plus shipping. And this brand is just okay. It's Buffalo by David Bitton. These are just some women's chino pants, sold for $14.95 plus shipping. This brand is definitely a slow seller, but I will pick it up if it's less than $1. These are some LL Bean soft shell men's extra small hiking pants, sold for $12.56 plus shipping. This Banana Republic men's sweater sold for $27 plus shipping. These women's Aura denim jeans sold for $13 plus shipping. These are some basic women's jeans by the brand C by Chloe, sold for $38 plus shipping. So if you can ever find that logo or that brand out there, this might be something that you want to add to your brand list to possibly be picking up in the future. I was surprised, paid less than $1, turned that into $38 plus shipping. What a blessing. So this is a men's unbranded vintage shirt. It says, "Where will you be the day after tomorrow?" That's what I put in for the keywords. Had this listed 2 weeks ago and took a best offer of $11 plus shipping. So not saying that you can't sell items without brands. You just really got to be keyword heavy as to how you're describing your item for it to sell on eBay. Very simple sale here. This is just a women's Eddie Bauer thermal shirt, sold for $11 plus shipping. These Carhartt men's chino pants sold for $19 plus shipping. They had wear on the hems, they had some stains, still sold for $19, and I just listed these last week. This came from a bulk buyout I did last August from a fire relief center that had a bunch of excess clothing that there was gonna be sold to a rag house. So I went in and made an offer, and in that offer came several Carhartt jeans. Some were destroyed with holes and some were in better condition than others. Okay, this is a perfect example. These double knee destroyed Carhartt jeans sold for $24.95 plus shipping. Got them for maybe less than $1.50. Most people would pass this up, especially if they're out thrifting. First of all, the thrift store, if they got these donated, they wouldn't even hang them on the racks. They would go immediately into a bale to be shipped off either to a third world country, or you might see them at the Goodwill outlet or some type of pay by the pound type of operation. But look, holes, complete tears, stains, holes in the back. Someone had used a coupon, had them listed for $24.95. Got these items in and out of my store so I can go and buy more bales for future purchases. But don't sleep on heavily destroyed. Like if they are absolutely unwearable, someone maybe want to repair these, maybe want to use these in their work, maybe use these in their work life, and they don't care about these holes and stains. These were made in, I can show you how to look up the date, but if you look at the care tag, you're able to see 0615 as the first 4 numbers on the upper left-hand corner of this polyester tag. So that's signifying these were made in June of 2015. Not all care tags on Carhartt are going to show it that easily. You may have to flip it over, but usually if you could see a 4-number combination at the top left-hand corner of the care tag, you'll be able to date your Carhartts. But just don't sleep on it. Pick them up. You'd be surprised. Got these Levi's for less than $1. They're the Levi's 501s. They had some stains on them, sold for $12 plus shipping. Don't be sleeping on your local college teams, your local NFL teams. You may be by a university where they have excess. This is just a women's Oregon Ducks shirt, sold for $10 plus shipping. Yeah, there is going to be a slower sell-through rate. Yeah, these are going to be seasonal. But if you are able to pick them up for, let's just say, $1 or less, $2 or less, that could be something that you maybe start possibly picking up and adding into your sourcing, because if it's in abundance out there, you're going to want to pick it up, especially if it is in demand in a certain season. Let's say college football season's coming around, where you're going to want to be loading up throughout the year of your local college sports team. The sell-through rate is very slow, so make sure that you do have the space to be adding in that type of item into your business. This is a staple brand for me. The brand is Chicos. These are some women's chino jeans, sold for $21.95 plus shipping. Like I said, don't be sleeping on destroyed Carhartts. Here's another pair of absolutely destroyed, holes, stains, double knee jeans, sold for another $24.95 plus shipping. A not so popular brand is the brand Gap, but if you can find their wool jackets, this sold for $41 plus shipping, and it is a men's size small. Really happy with this sale. Picking up Gap jeans, Gap jackets, and whatever seems to be on trend, like camouflage, western wear. This did take a little while to sell, but very happy with the profits, as you're turning maybe just a couple dollars into what, 41 plus shipping. So if you're adding Gap, just make sure that you are adding the right types of items that are on trend, like camouflage, western wear, maybe going more for the materials like linen blend, silk blend shirts. Another brand that's usually laughed upon is the brand J. Jill, but this J. Jill long women's dress sold for $18 plus shipping. These Circa vintage skating shoes sold for $75 plus shipping. They were new in box. They are the Chad Muska series. Had to make sure that the soles were still in good shape, no dry rot. Another Nike sale. This is just a Nike men's sweater pullover, sold for $12.56 plus shipping. And these are just some G-Star Raw jeans sold for $48 plus shipping. This REI sweater sold for $18 plus shipping, $11,342. Finding a lot of outerwear, men's hiking gear, LL Bean, REI, Eddie Bauer. Those are some of the staple brands that I'm constantly picking up, especially if I'm paying less than $1. I'm gonna be sourcing those items to put in my store. So likewise for you guys, maybe you live in Florida, so you're gonna wanna be looking maybe for more Hawaiian, lightweight, linen blend, silk blend t-shirts. You know, I'm not gonna be finding much of that here in Oregon where it's raining 8 to 9 months out of the year. So start to hone in on what is in abundance in your area so you're able to capitalize on those items and pick them up for cheap. So most of those brands that we sold over the weekend are just some basic bread and butter brands, nothing special about them. And if you want to know a little bit more about how I'm picking up brands and what to look out for, you're going to want to check out this video right here where it goes over my top 50 brands that I'm constantly picking up and looking to resell on eBay. Hope you all have a blessed rest of the day and take care.